Giannis. He just walks out like that, and then they have the smiling face. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous.
Is he taller than all the other Fortnite characters?
I don't know. Is that how Fortnite works? Where it's like,
I don't know.
people are like more taller than. No, I think everybody's like the same height.
I mean, when they had Thanos in the game, he was taller than everybody.
Yeah, but he was like a special character. He was like a villain where like you can like do crazy shit. Like he wasn't like
Is that
a
what
normal guy.
is that what they're gonna do to Giannis? They're gonna make him the Greek freak.
That'd be dope.
He's gonna be an absolute monster.
Yeah, like if they make him like a main villain and like you can like.
Is that just a skin?
Yeah, it's like a skin.
Just a Giannis skin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a skin, and they like made like Mr. Beast and all them in there too at the same time.
So there's Giannis running around.
Yeah, but it's like a skin.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like anybody can be Giannis now in Fortnite.
that's dope.
It's like you can do Giannis versus like Goku.
That's
versus,
dope.
Like, Luffy.
That's dope. That's dope.
I think so. But alright, on the actual basketball stuff. Well, I didn't even open the podcast. Right, that was just like I just started talking about that.
Look at your posture.
So we don't even have a name for the podcast. So this is currently the unnamed podcast. So we'll probably just name it in post. But
Name it in post. The podcast.
that's definitely not the name.
The name it in post
That's
podcast.
not the name. We've narrowed it down from not that to something else. Hopefully,
I mean,
maybe we'll ask. Leave it in the comments what you guys think is gonna be the best name. All one of you. It's gonna be like only like we're gonna upload this. It's gonna get no views, but
it's gonna be like Smoke and Amon,
yeah, it's gonna be like just
Mikhail.
people we know or something. If we do show it to them.
What's going on over there?
The computer, yeah, I was like, what the fuck? But anyway, the first topic that we're going to talk about is freaking... What's his first name? Ishbia?
What? You can't open the podcast not even knowing his name. It's like Matt.
I'll just cut that.
Matt Ishbia or something like that. Is it?
I don't think his names are Matt. You're like making up names.
His name's not Matt.
Oh, it is Matt.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, Matt Ishbia has bought the Suns for $4 billion after Robert Sarver was forced to sell it because he's a racist bastard.
Yeah, 4 Billy Bands. That's crazy. He shouldn't have been able to sell the team for 4 Billy Band, though. That's crazy. Like, should have had some sort of repossession of the team back to the NBA.
Yeah, the same with Donald Sterling, too. Like, I can't believe we were looking at that, like, last night, and, like, Donald Sterling also just got to, like, make a huge bag off of, like, that bullshit.
It's just after being racist, nothing happened. It's just, the worst thing that happened was you had to sell the team. But the team had already increased in value, like, exponentially of the work of the African-American work.
That's true.
They didn't even get their 40 acres and a mule. He just got 40 Billy Bands.
What are you saying? Nobody got paid but Robert Sarver.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like it's like the old days, like slavery. Like it's like, except for they didn't have to give them 40 acres and a mule. They just took everything.
Being a multi-million-dollar
sold the whole
player is not like
plantation.
slavery.
They sold the whole plantation for pure profit. The slaves got nothing. That's basically what they're doing right now with this whole deal.
Wait, does a player normally like now you're like misconstruing it to like more you're saying the most controversial shit you could possibly think of right now. You're literally like the NBA are a bunch of slave driving like
I'm just comparing.
Bastards.
I'm just saying that it's comparable.
I don't think he should have been able to make $4 billion, but I don't think that makes it's slavery.
I'm not saying that it's slavery. I'm saying that it's similar. There's some things that were reminiscent, but different.
It was not right.
It wasn't right.
Nobody was put to work without pay, like, or made to do like any of that other stuff.
Robert Sarver didn't even have to do any work. He was just.
I'm not saying him.
Who are you saying?
I'm saying everybody.
Everybody was put to work.
I'm saying everybody who worked got paid. You're just saying ridiculous shit, right? You just keep saying the most ridiculous shit you can think of. Say the next most ridiculous thing you can think of, so we can literally fill the dead air that you created.
I guess everybody got paid, but they, Robert Sarver didn't deserve to make $4 billion. They should have repossessed the team and resold it for $4 billion if the league wanted to.
Yeah, the league is literally ridiculous. I guess if we're just gonna say the most ridiculous shit you literally think about, I might as well just say the most ridiculous shit I can think of. Like, I'm not gonna do that. It's like one of us has to not say that ridiculous shit. All right, so would you say that? I'll just ask the question. Would you say that the NBA is corrupt?
Sometimes. Like, there's sometimes they do some suspect stuff. Sometimes there's definitely been some suspect behavior in the past.
What do you think could be done to combat this suspect behavior?
I think it just, like, honestly, they've been like changing the league over like years. Like, it's gotten a lot better. The league's gotten a lot better, but it still has a long way to go in certain places.
They sound like an NBA player giving a press conference like answer. Like, you were just saying they were literally like slave masters. Like literally like 5 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, like I'm not saying that they were slave masters.
I'm saying what needs to be done now
it's
to like make sure
similar
this
to
does
that.
not happen in the future again. Like when inevitably one of these other racist owners, I guess, is just gonna do this again.
Yeah, I think they should have some sort of rule where they basically like have some sort of like thing in there, like if you're caught under some sort of weird investigation, or it's like a moral contract. It's like there's a moral code written into the contract to where it's like if they get you with something like that, like they can buy the team back. Like you're gonna get the money that you like put in at least, but like they're gonna buy the league will buy the team back the league will buy the team from you. I'm not sure if back is the right word because I don't think they're like the league had the teams in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but the league will temporarily buy the team, pay you out $400 million.
The league has never done that, right?
They could settle on some sort of set profit margin that you like make based on growth, right? If you violate some sort of moral contract.
No, I'm saying like they've never done that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm proposing, a solution that they've never done.
But is that like, can the NBA legally even own a team?
I'm not sure.
I think just nobody should own. I think literally like it should be like, all right, you don't get to sell it. Like, you literally just lose the team. Like, what if you were like a murderer? Like, or like, what if you went to jail for this? Like, you can go to jail for this shit like freaking in China and Australia for being like literally doing crazy shit like saying racist shit and all that shit. So,
but you can't go to jail out here for being racist.
I know you can't. I'm not saying that everyone should just be going to jail for anything.
Yeah, we're not in China.
I'm saying that there should be some consequence, and the dude should not be able to like just profit. Like,
yeah,
there should be no growth profit margin. Like, it should just be like, all right, it's like a return of goods or something, or at the very like most. Like, to me, it's really like,
a return
how much did you buy?
goods.
How much did you pay for literally like the thing? Like, all right, you just get that money back. Like,
that's fair too. I mean, like I could see why NBA owners would kind of shy away from that because that's like a lot of power to however that judicial system is. Like they'll just like it's like what's written into that because like they could technically just take the team from you at any time.
I'm
just,
sure they'll have a hand
Yeah.
in writing that legislation or that judicial decree or whatever it is. Like I'm sure
Yeah,
they'll be like, oh well, if it's gonna be like like around us, like we get to like approve like what it says, like or we're gonna go on strike or like just say some. They're just gonna be ridiculous. Like they're a bunch of babies.
yeah, yeah. I think it's good either way. If they get their money back, though, that's $400 million. It's not like he's going poor.
He made 400 billion, not 400
He
billion,
made 4 billion.
4 billion.
Yeah, it's because they just let him sell the team however he felt fit, right? Like anybody can just come in and put any offer out there to him, and he can choose to move on that.
Yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like he literally like shouldn't have the ability to negotiate the sale, like to where like he can just. The NBA is corrupt because they literally are like, whoa, like, well, we didn't like he just facilitated his own $4 billion deal. Like we had nothing to do with
Yeah,
that.
but
Like,
there's definitely a lower, like, there's a higher demand and like lower, like there's a limited supply of NBA teams. Like, if they have the power to just negotiate, like
there's not a
somebody's
limited
gonna.
supply of NBA teams. You
Yeah,
just
there is.
well, like we can segue into like another topic. Like freaking Adam Silver said that he's thinking about starting a team. Like the NBA is not thinking about starting a team in Mexico City
Yeah, I heard about that too.
and maybe Vegas too. Like they were saying that like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that's so it can change, but
So I'm saying like it's not like a
there's still a
limited.
limited amount. Like even if they add more, like there's always a set amount of teams in the NBA.
Yeah, there is, but I'm
There's
saying
not
like
gonna be just you want an NBA team, you can just buy it. Like, it's never gonna be like that because there's plenty of
that's
people.
literally how it is right now.
No, it isn't because there's plenty of. Do you think this Matt guy would have bought it? He's been trying to buy an NBA team for years.
Okay, so am I.
He
I
just
don't have the money. Like it's like it's
That's what I'm
like
saying. There's a reason why he's so easy to say I'm just gonna pay $4 billion because it's that hard to get an NBA team. Like even if you're a billionaire, like doesn't mean you're gonna get an NBA team. That's what I'm saying. Like there's a limited amount of NBA teams. Even if you're a multi billionaire, you owning an NBA team is very like slim. Like even when you think about people that have billions of dollars, like most billionaires don't own an NBA team.
yeah, I get that, but I'm saying that the whole process is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
And they can just literally like it's not even like regulated at all. There's literally no regulation at all. Like it's literally just the Wild West. Like it's like they just make up the rules as they go.
Mm-hmm.
And they can make up a new rule now that literally like doesn't make Robert Sarver $3.6 billion like off a single investment.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to think of what the rule is. Like, do you have like a solution for that?
Yeah, I was saying that's what I was the solution I was saying. I was saying literally like he should not be able to sell a team. The NBA like should strip the team away from him and then they find a new buyer.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like buy the team.
Yeah, but they pay him out.
No. like, if
He
they
can't
come
just
to-
lose $400 million off that.
he can lose 400 million because this dude is literally
That's
rich
not
as
how
hell.
it works. They're never gonna. Nobody would buy an NBA team. Like that's.
That's not even true though. You just said that like there's a lot of people that want an NBA team and they're in limited demand. So like I would bet there's a lot of not racist people that wouldn't even worry about like am I gonna get under scrutiny for being racist because I literally never do any of that shit.
It's not for being racist, but it's like they could. It was multiple things. Like it was racism, sexism, like all types of things that he got.
Yeah, it's like if you just
It was
don't
like
do
multiple
that shit.
instances that he got caught up for.
If you
And
just
there
literally
was-
don't do that shit and just like aren't a bastard, then,
Oh, I agree. Like I definitely agree.
then you'll be the
but-
guy who wants to buy an NBA team because you don't have to worry. Like you're a public figure. Like once you buy an NBA team, you become a public figure. If a public figure is literally found like doing some ridiculous shit, right? Like Will Smith slaps fucking Chris Rock in the face. Like boom, loses movie deals. Like boom, like Mel Gibson gets caught like saying the N-word on the phone. Like and everybody hears that audio.
Yeah,
tape. Like loses all of his movie deals. No more money.
But that's different.
Like,
Those are different types of businesses. Like
I'm saying it's a
an
public. It's
investment.
the entertainment business. At the end of the day,
He's not an
both of those
employee.
things
Though.
lie into the entertainment business.
He's not an employee. It's not like a job opportunity. Like he put money into the business. Like he owns the business. He's not just a guy that is for hire. Like all those people that you're talking about are for hire. They aren't in control of any of that.
They're not only for hire. Like you act like those people aren't executive producers.
Like he
both people I
doesn't.
listed are both executive producers. Like once you're that big of a public figure and a bad thing
Yeah,
happens
and
to
then
you, like
the movie
people,
goes
even
down.
people like who are not your owners, like people that are like working like above you and under you, don't want
Yeah,
to work with
that means that whole movie is not going to be made like at all.
you. Yeah,
That's
so
different.
you lose the money. That's what I'm saying. Like whatever investment you had made into that movie prior is gone because the movie's not being made because nobody likes you anymore.
Yeah, but the team still exists. Like they're not gonna. Like it's not like the team just disappears. Like the movie's gone after that. Like the team still exists. So it's like a team is more valuable than a movie. Like because a team will make you money like forever. Like a movie will make you money forever, but it's not like it's not gonna perpetuate itself like forever. Like there's not like new players, new things that are always gonna be happening. Like once a movie is out, like it's out. Like
Oh, it's Star Wars.
Like they made more movies, like they made more movies to do that, but they're not gonna make those movies forever. But the NBA will last a lot longer than any like movie series franchise.
If George Lucas was found literally doing this shit, like 85, like I'm saying, like if he was just found like doing some scandal, something, like it's like this dude, like there would be no Mandalorian, there would be no 9 movies, like there would be no spin-off movies, there would be no entire fucking franchise of video games.
How long has he
Like,
been making the? How long has he been making that? Like the.
It's been 43 years.
Yeah, so the NBA's at its 75th anniversary,
So it's
and it's
very comparable, like in that sense.
But I'm saying the sense is not comparable is the fact that there's
Nobody's
always new
owned
players.
an NBA team for 43 years.
I'm not talking about ownership. I'm talking about the league in itself. Like the league is like always like
You're comparing the entirety of the league to
revitalizing
like.
itself.
I'm not talking about the entire. I'm talking about literally like a team. Literally like freaking.
yeah.
I'm talking about like literally like just being a public figure. Like literally like if you're a public figure, and you do some.
But we were talking about how they lose money though. I'm saying like ownership is different than being an employee.
You're trying to separate nothing. Like it's public figure or not public figure. Like.
It's not, but that's different. One public figure is an owner and one is not an owner.
He's still like.
You're talking about the movies, like Mel Gibson, like the producer.
I'm saying that Robert Sarver literally is still like. He has a boss in the NBA. Like the NBA is his boss. Yes.
No, that's like that's the organization that he's a part of, but that he's not. He's the boss, and like. He pretty much like he is in control of his own team. The NBA like is the jurisdiction, but it's not like he's not the boss. That's like saying like the NBA is pretty much like the organization that like makes everything happen, like mediates and marketing, puts everything together, you know. But he's not an employee. Like he's in full ownership of the team.
If the NBA doesn't want him to be marketed under the NBA, then they can decide to have him leave, just like they did with Donald Sterling.
Yeah.
So how is he not like?
Because
all these semantics can be in place, but like at the end of the day, the NBA is his boss.
Like, but they don't have complete control over everything.
They have control over whether or not he owns that team.
To a certain degree, like yeah, like within if he breaks the guidelines, they can strip the team from him. They can't strip the team from him for no reason.
Yeah, but Robert Sarver can't strip the team from the NBA.
That's true. It's a mutual partnership. Like it's a partnership. There's no boss.
But he can be stripped.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying there's a boss. Like somebody is the boss, and it's not Robert Sarver.
It's not how it works. It's
It's
like
not the owners of those teams.
it's like the law. It's like it's like the U.S. government isn't like the boss. I mean, technically they're the boss. Like you're saying, like they're the boss of us, basically, right? Like we can break the rules and get penalized, but I don't see them as like the boss. You know, it's like if you're in a company and you own part of that company, there's guidelines that can get you kicked out of that company, but that doesn't make you an employee.
I'm saying like you are beholden to the structure that literally is in place, like in that organization. Like
Yes,
and
that's
he
accurate.
did not follow the structure. The structure is the boss, if you want to put it like that, and he's being fired for that. Like
Yes.
so, the fact that they literally are like, okay, like we're just gonna let him sell it for $4 billion, like they're literally corrupt because they just don't give a fuck. Like they literally are like, okay, like we literally just don't care what's gonna happen, like at all, like because we want to make more money. If we let Robert Sarver sell a team for $4 billion, that only increases the value of the NBA.
Yeah, I agree. I think that he should like at least get his money back because it's like it's not like he gets paid out like an employee. Like it's not like I mean he might have some sort of salary. Like I would, he probably does. Who knows? I don't know. But again, like he put money into the team, so it's like that money needs to be paid somehow. Like it can't be like you just lose that money because employees trade time for money. Like owners don't trade time for money. And neither did Robert Sarver. So that's what I'm saying. Like you can't just take his investment of $400 million and just say you lost that. Like
Yes, he can, because he's a bastard, and that's what he deserves.
I agree. He does deserve to lose $400 million, and not plus.
He's already a
$400 million.
billionaire, isn't he?
He deserves minus $400 million and not plus $4 billion, for sure. He's a billionaire now, right? If he takes that money.
He said he's worth $800 million.
Yeah, so that would instantly just make him very happy.
And if he lost his son, like, now it's worth $4 billion. Like, he became a billionaire overnight because of this fucking dude. Like, so fuck you, Matt Ishbia.
He's
fuck
like
you,
the-
Robert Sarver.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are a bunch of literal goddamn bastards. Like, and fuck you, every other owner in the NBA.
I agree.
Because y'all literally making the legislation that literally like allows this shit to happen, and y'all don't give a fuck, and it shows, obviously.
I agree.
Very obviously.
But another thing that kind of accentuates that is like the difference between what happened to Kanye and what happened to Robert Sarver.
We're gonna have Kanye.
I'm saying that's similar. Like you're thinking about
It's
like
not similar at all.
he lost like millions and millions of dollars because he wasn't like because
Kanye got
because
on
the
podcast
guidelines.
and like said it, like
Yeah, but he
like,
wasn't the boss.
like it was like if Robert Sarver got interviewed and he was like, "Oh yeah, they're all fucking."
Oh yeah.
Like it's way worse. Like Kanye did way worse. Like,
That is worse.
like he was like, "I'm a Nazi.
Yeah.
I love Hitler."
Yeah. Why did he?
Like, there's no need for him to say that. He just didn't need to say it. Like, he just did what he did.
Yeah, he's
a
out
ding
of
dong.
pocket.
Yeah, literally.
But he had no option to sell because he did not own.
What?
He had no option to sell. They just kicked him out.
What do you mean? He still owns Easy,
Yeah, he owns what he owns, but he owns what he does own.
but he doesn't have the partnership with Adidas.
Yeah, because he's not a boss. Like he's not like owner of Adidas. Like if he says something, like he just sells Adidas.
Is Adidas a publicly traded company?
I think so. So they would just get a new person.
He would have to just buy the shares. Like he can't just become an owner out of nowhere. Like you have to buy shares. Like do something like Elon Musk. That dumbass. Elon Musk.
Elon.
Cringe lawn.
Yeah, he's crazy.
All right, so we have 9 more topics to talk about, which is like crazy because we spent like 45 minutes on that one topic. Is Jokic MVP?
Is Jokic the MVP? I mean, right now he is. They're the number 1 seed, and he's going crazy. But I feel like it's too early to kind of tell who's MVP. Like, the standings are too close. But sometimes you just win by a hair.
That's what it's looking like it's going to happen right now. Giannis and him are pretty close. Like, they're basically at the same stats. Like, but Giannis is just better, like, point scorer.
It's not a question of if Jokic is the best player in the league. It's just, is he MVP? Right? Team's playing the best.
Most valuable player?
The Bucks are the first seed too, though, right?
Yeah, the Bucks are the first seed.
Yeah, so could go either way. But if I had to take Bucks or Nuggets, I'm taking the Bucks.
Like in the finals?
Oh yeah, I'm taking the Milwaukee Bucks because of Giannis.
What about Jamal Murray? Who's better, Jamal Murray or Chris Middleton?
Chris Middleton. Finals Chris Middleton. Yeah, he is. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, Jamal Murray is injured, so we'll see how he plays.
Chris Middleton was injured.
He was. But Chris Middleton's a champion. He's a champion.
So you don't think Jokic is going to win this year? Or ever be a champion?
Depends on how Jamal Murray's going to play. If he plays like how he could play, then they might win. But if he plays like how he played against Utah in that series, like they could win it all. But I don't think they have like consistent like role players either. Like I think the Bucks role players are a lot more consistent too.
Yeah, because Denver really doesn't have like anybody who's gonna like. I mean, neither does the Bucks either. Well, I mean, they have Drew Holiday and they have Bobby Portis Jr., but it's like.
Well, I mean, they have a lot of dudes that just play defense and they're just like pretty tough to.
The Nuggets don't really have anybody.
They have Brook Lopez. They got a lot of people. No. The Bucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Bucks do.
They have a lot of dudes that are they're just trees. Like they're just tree. I mean, Jokic is a monster, but you have Giannis first
Michael
of all.
Porter, Michael Porter Jr. is like not good. He's like not like he's not gonna do what he needs to do. Like he's not gonna get them to that spot. Like,
yeah, so we don't. He's skeptical in him.
Like Jamal Murray is injured, and then Jokic is just doing everything.
You think Aaron Gordon's gonna do enough to consistently be better than Chris Middleton?
No, all these dudes are not gonna do anything. They're just not like they just don't have it in them. Like they're gonna be like, okay, well,
they're just gonna. Jokic has to drop 50.
Yeah, they're like, let's gonna rely on Jokic to literally go absolutely crazy. Like, and if he doesn't do that, or Jamal Murray, then it doesn't matter if they're the 1 seed. They're gonna get absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, like Jokic has to drop 50 every single night. Like, or
basically, like 40, 27, and 10.
That's gonna be good. Yeah, that'll be a good game. Like that'll be like, all right, that was a good game. But he's gonna have to do that against Giannis every night. Like, can you do that against Giannis every night? And not just against a random team like Giannis.
They couldn't even do that against the Suns. The Suns were beating them up and down the court.
That's true.
Like, no. If they can't even do that to the Suns, there's no way they're going to do that to Giannis. But Giannis does get tired, too. Like, he tires out really easily. So
after he plays like 40 minutes a game.
Yeah. Like, he gets like...
You see how he
both
plays.
Both of them get really tired because they're both so big.
I'm pretty sure Jokic is not Giannis. I'm pretty sure they're not the same animal.
In terms of what?
In terms of just being able to play like forever, like endurance. Pretty sure I got Giannis on that. If I had to bet.
No, they're both like that. I'm saying like both of them cannot play forever. Both of them are like we can play for like 8 minutes and then like we're just it.
Well, Giannis can play 40 minutes a game for like pretty much all playoffs.
So 10 minutes then.
I mean, there's only 12 minutes in a quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can play 48 minutes if he needs to.
When was the last time he played a 48-minute game?
I don't know. It's a good question.
So I feel like that's not the case. We'll see. Let's see. 45, 42, 19, 30, 16, 28, 35, 34, 0. So he's only averaging 32 minutes a game, like for the past couple years.
He's averaging 38 minutes a game this season. Jokic is averaging...
No, he's not. He's averaging 33. Giannis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's not averaging 40 minutes. He's not playing 40 minutes a game. Like he gets tired. Like, he's a big man. He's tired as hell. He's like, I can't do that. He's like, I literally cannot do that. I cannot play 45 minutes a game, like, consistently. Like, because my body does not allow me to do that.
What did he play in the playoff series against the Suns?
That's not the same. Like that's like when you're putting your body on the line to, like, ruin it to win a championship. Like, it's different, like,
Jokic just never had to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
You've never seen Jokic have to do that.
That's because he doesn't have as many. Because he doesn't have Jamal Murray in that. He didn't have Jamal Murray.
It's true, but I mean, we haven't seen him do what we've seen Giannis do.
But I think Jokic could definitely win, like, this year. Like, if he, like, tries. Like, I think it's between, like, the Mavs, like the Bucks, and Jokic and Giannis for sure. But what do you think about AD being injured?
AD?
He says he's gonna be injured indefinitely.
Wow.
Well, he's gonna be, like, out indefinitely because of this recent foot injury.
That's crazy. What foot injury? What kind of injury?
I don't know. It's like fucking the stuff in his foot. It's injured.
I thought that he was already supposed to be healthy, like coming back, and now he instantly gets injured. He has glass bones and paper skin.
That's what I was saying yesterday. I was like, this dude literally, like, he's not like I'll take Joel Embiid over AD at this point, like, and that's saying something because you know, like, how I think about Joel Embiid and how much of a liability he is in the way he plays.
Well, I don't know. They're both great, but they're both injured.
They're both always injured, like, all the time.
They're both always injured.
That doesn't do anything. Like, that doesn't help the team. Like,
that's why the Lakers suck. the
Lakers suck.
Yeah. They do.
That sucks for the Lakers. Shit.
It does.
That's how it feels, like, when your team sucks. Like, now they know. I mean, I'm sure they've known multiple times, like, throughout the years, but now they know what it feels like to be a Suns fan.
Exactly.
It's like, y'all are shit ass. Y'all are trash.
Absolutely.
Like barbecue chicken.
I would concur. Barbecue chicken.
Yeah, it's just crazy though. You think AD will be back in time for, like, finals? Well, they're not going to the playoffs. So never mind. Actually.
Do I think AD is going to be back for the finals?
So you think so never mind. The better question is like is the Lakers' best option right now, like you were saying, is to just tank and, like, hopefully get Wembanyama, like,
tank and get Wembanyama? Yeah, that's probably the best option.
That's the only option at this point. Like,
yeah, just
they're literally
tank and
trash.
get Wembanyama, and then you can get rid of AD because you don't need AD.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had AD and a healthy AD, LeBron, Wembanyama.
If you had a healthy AD, I would have a flying pig. Like,
I mean, who knows what Wembanyama is gonna do? But I'm pretty sure he's gonna be nice.
Giannis?
Wembanyama?
Oh, Wembanyama.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna be nice. He's too tall, too big, too long. Doesn't have to do much right now as it is. Like, not saying that that's
So he's just
NBA
gonna
competition,
like they don't need to give
it
up
still
AD though.
looks too easy.
You don't think AD will move to the bench?
AD? No.
Or they're gonna trade him.
No, you can play both of them. Same
You're gonna
time.
put AD in at the 4?
Sure. You
Then
can play
who's your 3?
Doesn't matter.
What do
LeBron.
you mean doesn't matter?
LeBron.
Well, who's the 1?
Doesn't matter. Like, who's the one right now?
I thought it was LeBron. Is LeBron not playing point guard right now?
No.
So it's not Kendrick Nunn then? What's the Kendrick Nunn playing?
It might be Kendrick Nunn. It might be Kendrick Nunn.
It's like search LA roster. It shows me the Clippers.
Yeah, the Lakers are so irrelevant that they don't even exist.
Okay, like doesn't want to show me like. All right, no, it's Russell Westbrook and like Dennis Schroeder
Oh yeah, they have Russell Westbrook. That's
and Patrick Beverly. It's literally a bunch of bums. It's literally a bunch of trash cans.
but that should be a good team.
Yeah, in theory, but it's literally the worst team in the NBA because they're all a bunch of divas.
Bro, if they're tanking to get Wembanyama, I swear, bro. Like, because if you look at that roster, like, if they were to just get Wembanyama, they could probably win, like, 3 championships. Like, instantly. Yeah.
In his rookie year, like Magic Johnson, you think like he'd be like a second coming of Magic Johnson like that?
I mean, basically. But he's playing with LeBron, AD, Russell Westbrook. He's playing with 3 first ballot Hall of Famers instantly. LeBron is still averaging 30 points a game.
He's still the main reason why they're like not the worst. Like they're not literally as bad as Pistons and fucking the Hornets.
He's been injured too this season. But if you have a healthy LeBron, come on. He just plays different now too though. Like I feel like he's not as like dominant in all areas of the game. Like he kind of takes more like more breaks on defense. Like
that whole team is like
settles
getting
a lot
old.
more for jumpers, huh?
That whole team is getting old. Like Dennis Schroeder's old. Like Russell Westbrook is getting old. Like AD is made of paper. Like LeBron is old. Like Patrick Beverly's old. Like they need to tank. They need to get some new people. And so like if they had Wembanyama and Kendrick Nunn, they really don't have to worry about like anything else. Like just work that around LeBron and like maybe like sell all these other like cans and literally get like another like actual good player and then literally like easily a championship team again. Actually, I scratch that. Don't rely on AD at all. Like literally, like bench AD. Like if you were smart, if you are a smart Lakers organization, you will bench AD and you will either trade him or bench him because he's just gonna get injured. Like again, either whether it be leading up to the finals, in the playoffs, or in the finals. Like there's literally no way. Like I just do not believe he's just gonna stay healthy indefinitely. Like he's too injury prone. Like
Yeah, you can say bench AD.
like his prime, like it's like Porzingis, like where it's like Porzingis was like he had the best version of what Porzingis could have had. Like Porzingis
He's
didn't
way
get,
better than Porzingis, and he was before Porzingis. So Porzingis, if anything, Porzingis like him.
I'm saying Porzingis is not as like he didn't get the championship. Like
He didn't have a shot.
that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying like AD did have the shot, and like this is probably was like the best outcome for like his build and like the way he plays and stuff. But like it's basically a time to like not like fuck up the championship now. And like literally, like if you start AD, you need to have somebody as good or better than AD on the bench to replace him because he's just not. It's just not there. Like he's just gonna get injured.
That's what I'm saying. If you get a number one draft pick, you have Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, like that's your only little. That's the only thing you can do.
Wembanyama.
Like that's the only thing you can do is literally get Wembanyama. If y'all literally don't get Wembanyama, then shouldn't have to wait. Well,
I mean,
wait for another.
What Scooter Henderson? That kid's pretty good. But then you pick up a guard. Like you still have, but you have a young guard that's really good. You could get rid of Russell Westbrook for somebody, hopefully in a package. Get an actual younger big. Like, like if they had DeAndre Ayton, that wouldn't be bad. It'd be bad for the Suns.
We're not getting DeAndre Ayton. So let's not even talk about that. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
We should talk about it's like Monty Williams and like what the fuck is wrong with him? Like literally, like what the fuck is wrong with you, Monty Williams? Like I'm talking directly to you right now. Like, are you good? Are you all right?
What are you talking about?
Like y'all are just gonna hold Ayton down like nonstop, and then literally like be childish about it, like be petty about the fact that you hold him down.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I am on the side of Ayton. I think that the fact that Monty Williams like has not been the bigger person in this situation is an absolute joke for the Players Association Coach of the Year. Like, how can you become Coach of the Year for the Players Association if you don't even talk to the players? Like, makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like I was saying the other night, like Monty Williams is not the contributing factor when Devin Booker goes out there and scores 58 points, like to literally carry the trash ass team that literally is like lagging behind. Because like there's no plays being called, there's no structure, there's no literal defense like stopping these motherfuckers from literally just scoring points on us. Like, and that's all Monty Williams. That's Monty Williams' fault. Like, you know what's not Monty Williams' fault? Like scoring 58 points. Like that's literally Devin Booker literally just taking control and being like, we need 58 points, so we're gonna get 58 points. Like.
Yeah. But I mean, like, just defense, like, like, it is crazy. Like, sometimes like, I feel like we just can't guard anybody. Like, it's like,
no,
right,
like we're wildly
can't
inconsistent. Like, we'll blow
like,
a 20-point lead. Like it's like a 1-point lead. Like, instantly.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then we just get dry, you know? Like, it's like nobody can really hit a shot or, like, you know, they're getting good looks, but they're just not falling, kind of, like, just a little bit off, and then defensive possession after defensive possession just get cooked.
And that's literally Monty Williams' fault. That's what I'm saying. Like, literally, like, you can expect...
It's call it timeout. Call it.
Like, Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, they should all be, like, they're not at fault. Like, it's not like they're 0% at fault. But, like, you know, a good coach doesn't just, like, you know, give up when, like, his players, like, are not playing well. He literally, like, makes a new strategy or literally, like, tries to, like, motivate them in a different way or do something. But, like, he doesn't just literally be like, oh, well, they're grown men. Like, they'll literally do it. Like, most of these NBA players are not grown men. Believe it or not, like they're fucking. They look like grown men, but they act like children. Like you gotta treat them like children sometimes. Where it's like, all right, this dude's gonna be literally hella emotional and just do his emotional thing. Like, all right, well, I'm not gonna do that because I'm an adult. Like, I can't believe we're even saying this right now. Like, literally, like I'm not gonna parent. We're not gonna parent Monty Williams. Like, he needs to literally get his shit together, man up, go to DeAndre Ayton, say like, you know. Apologize if I offended you. Like, you know, things just happen. Like, literally, people get emotional when we're trying to win. So, literally, like, can we move past this and literally, like, actually win a championship? Because you guys, like, either they're not listening to him or whatever it is, like, on the court to, like, run these plays that he says or something. But it's like they need to get on the same page if they're going to literally do anything, or one of them needs to leave. Like, and I don't think it should be 8.
Yeah. I mean, I love DeAndre Ayton too, but it's like it's more so like the adjustments. Like that was always the thing. Like when they were talking about the finals and like literally everything. It's like okay, like we gotta change it up. Like okay, we're getting smacked right now. Like I can see why
Monty Williams does not like to make adjustments. It'll take him 20 minutes into a fucking like we start off with this offense or defense. The other team realizes that we're playing that defense. They change their offense or defense to like get buckets on that offense or defense. And Monty Williams, 20 minutes, bro. Like it takes you 20 minutes to literally realize that that's what's happening. Like they have changed their strategy. You need to change your strategy within a timely manner. Like you can't just literally be like, oh well, I guess they figured us out, guys. Like time's up. Like the jig is up.
Do you think he's doing that, or do you think he's just kind of like okay, like,
or he's just stubborn and he's like, oh well, doesn't matter what they do. Like doesn't matter how they adapt to what I think of because I'm a genius and my strategy is gonna work no matter what they adapt to. Like no matter how they adapt.
Do you think he's like blaming it on the players at all? Like he's like, oh, like I'm telling you guys to do this. Like that's
you
what
can't
they're doing.
blame it on the players. The players,
I agree,
are fucking the players. Like you knew what the players were when you guys picked them for your team. Like
yeah, but I feel like sometimes he just lets it like go too long. He won't call timeout. Like be like, this is like the adjustment that we're doing. Like I mean, I'm not in the huddle. You know, I can't tell like everything they're saying. They are trying to make adjustments, but it's like sometimes they're not the right adjustments. Like I feel like we'll blow a lead and like there'll be no timeout called. Like it'll be like all right, like. Yeah. They're right back in this game. Like as soon as they got on like a 6-point streak, like we should like timeout. All right, like ice them real quick or something. Like what's going on? Like we need to figure this out before they just come back completely, and then it's too late, and they have all this momentum, and now. You know, Devin Booker was sitting down, and you put him back in, or or you have people that were like sitting. I mean, down.
Inconsistent decisions. Literally, just like these, like
not Devin Booker, but other people that were sitting down.
Like it's like Monty Williams is not definitely is one of the least adaptable coaches in the league in that sense because he just doesn't understand like.
He's no
that he needs to adapt, and then like the fact that like a lot of the times he just doesn't understand how to adapt, or he's just like I know we need to do something to not lose right now, but it's like what is that? And he just doesn't they just let them do their thing, and they just get fucking smacked around and then Devin just gets emotional, and he literally just has his little tantrums and he gets and people foul out but they need to literally. I'm not saying like okay, like they need to do this, they need to do that. Like it's more so just like the Suns are fucking ridiculous right now. Like it's like they're always just hella dramatic. It's like you guys just can't just be like the Bucks where you're just like a team that just like plays and just literally is like nice and like nobody's like trying to fight each other inside the team like for no reason like all the time.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean, they have the ability to do that. It's like we've seen it. It's just now everything's kind of amplified because of the whole.
Well, time's running out. That's what I'm saying. So like these motherfuckers like have had 4 years literally to like get their shit together and be like, okay, like we can win, like we can do this. Like they've gotten to the finals, not to discredit that their finals appearance, but when Chris Paul's gonna absolutely choke, like and literally just turn the ball over, like in those last few moments, then like. It's up to, the people that we've built this team around to literally, like, take control and actually, like, get the ball in the basket. This is still Devin Booker's team and DeAndre Ayton's team to me. Like, it's literally, like, just because Chris Paul comes in and literally has a little bit of wisdom doesn't mean that he's going to get the job done, and it's shown. Like, y'all need to do what you need to do.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But that's also, like, why I can see the frustration because they'll, like, have people sitting on the bench, like, late into the game. And while they're coming back, and they're just kind of sitting there like, all right, like, are we going to go, like, are we going to go back in the game so they're not just going to come back? Like, are you going to call a timeout, or are you just going to let them come back and then put us in, like, right at the very end, like, just to try and win that? And I feel like he'd rather just let them ride it out and just, like, I'm just going with these guys, like, I'm gonna let these guys just lose. Like,
yeah, it's like he's like
if they're gonna lose, like I'll let them lose.
That shit literally happens all the time where he literally just lets like it ride out for way too long and then literally like makes swaps way too late. Like, We gotta stop talking about Money Williams right now. Like, it's really going on forever about how this dude just it makes endless fuck ups. Like, I think the Suns
I like Money Williams. I just think it's, he's a championship level coach. It's just there's certain things that could just be changed. Not huge things, but like they're huge impact. They're not huge actions, but they're huge impact.
I think he has the potential for sure. Like, if he literally like wasn't being a big baby about it, but like maybe he has some kind of like emotional struggle like within his life that's like off the court that literally is like.
He has had some pretty crazy like life experiences.
Like recently.
Like, things are just like he has a pretty crazy story. Like, you never like heard his story. Like his wife like passed away and stuff too. He's like
in the last year or two.
Like last couple of years, like before he became coach. Yeah, that's like why he. Like, it was a whole big deal that he was, like, coming back, like, stepping back into basketball.
I'm saying, like, that doesn't have nothing to do with him being all emotional. Your wife died all that long. Like, it's like, rest in peace to your wife. Sorry that happened. But it's like, if I hear that, like, why did the Suns suck? And he's like, my wife died. Like, I'm just going to laugh. Like...
That's terrible.
I'll be like, that's not an excuse, bro. That's literally not an excuse. Like, bad things happen to everybody all day long. Like,
I agree.
You can't just literally let that for decades or years and be like, all right, like. But that's probably not even the reason why he's literally fucking up right now. I'm just saying, like, literally, like, whatever it is, whatever emotional thing that's causing you turmoil to literally like not be able to like talk it out with AD, fix that or not DA, fix that, so we can actually we can win the finals. Literally, we can win the finals this year, like easily. The Suns can win the finals this year if they just get their shit together. Like, and everybody in the NBA sees that. All of the other teams see that. Like when Patrick Beverley says like ain't nobody scared of the Suns, like. He's capping. Like, it's just a lie. Like, because people are scared of the Suns because they literally are unpredictable. It's like literally like if the Suns can it's the consistency factor. It's like if they can like consistently be good for these next couple games, they have a very good shot at literally like,
I feel like it's
doing
like
a repeat of like Suns Bucks again.
Yeah, I feel like the Suns are pretty consistent when it comes to certain things, but it's like
they're consistently fucking 11:59 turn in my homework team. Like, that is literally what they are. Like, they are the 11:59 turn in my homework at that time team.
Yeah, I can see that, but they're also like consistently like having catastrophic things that kind of like happen. You know what I mean? Like, they consistently are like there's a comeback that like or there's some sort of like blowout that like should never have happened. Like, it's like they're consistently like some sort of
consistently inconsistent.
Bad
that
luck
is literally
story.
Their
Like,
perfect like description. It's like they're consistently inconsistent.
There's consistently some sort of catastrophic failure that's like, okay, like we would have played like 2 games like better, we would have won a championship.
Yeah, literally. It's like if we had done like 2 or 3 things every game better, then we just won.
Not every game. It's really like 2 games like that just screw the whole season up. Like, it's like if we would have played,
it's like 2 or 3 things in those games. It's like only like 2 or 3 choke moments. Like,
well, it's
in
like
those games
it's just
where
like
we just throw it away. Like
yeah, 2 or 3 moments are like just people that just aren't playing like themselves like at all for like 2 games straight. Like 3, like couple games like.
Yeah, like when Chris Paul just like really lost his ability
like
to shoot the ball. Like, really just lost the ability to shoot the ball like, for no reason. Like,
Luka, the Mavericks play the greatest game they've ever played in their entire lives.
Like, they're not gonna lose. Luka, I'll like say that for it's like you can guarantee that Luka's not gonna lose the ability to shoot the ball like magically like Chris Paul. Like, he's not just gonna like. I don't know what this round thing is. Like, just all of a sudden, like in the middle of the game, like, and just not know how to shoot it. Like, Chris Paul, you have a pocket that you make a shot in every single time almost. Like,
he's not really making it like that anymore, though.
What the fuck? That is your signature. Like, if you cannot make that corner, like, mid-range, like, on the freaking free throw, like, then there's no point. Like, hang it up. Like, 'cause that's your shot. Like, that is the shot that literally, like, is like that was literally the only reason we got that far in the playoffs or the finals. I'm like flat out telling you like real stuff right now. If you were not making those shots, we would have never made it.
This is mid-range jumpers.
Those mid-range jumpers put us into the playoffs and into the finals. Like and you just stopped making them, and we lost. Like it was like me using the sniper rifle, like and literally like fucking like a FPS game, where it's like I can just one shot you.
Yeah.
Like
so you're on like 50 kills. You get like 40 straight
the
kills.
The skill factor that I have to use to make that is way like I can just like up my perceived talent by like limiting my shot range. That's what you need to do. Just get there, like. And he's still like I like it's like in the last game he still was trying to get there. Now it's just like he needs to consistently get there.
Yeah, he's trying to get it.
Consistently inconsistent. Y'all need to be consistent.
Yeah. They just need to stop having catastrophic failure games where they literally go crazy cold or can't hit anything, or let the other team just make like 23s in a game. Like
it's like they just gotta freaking take charge. They could do it though. They just gotta stop being bastards. So y'all just gotta stop being bastards. All right, well, that's like almost like all the topics. Like the only other topic I think is like just like Rudy Gobert, like just donating like to all those people like that he like donated to, like donated like $20-something thousand to like arena employees for like Christmas. So like, what do you think about that? What's that? What is that?
No, we're not talking about services for. Oh yeah, but sorry, it was like an email. But yeah, good podcast though. Good stuff. Good topics.
No, I was saying freaking Rudy Gobert. Like, what do you think about him giving $20,000+ to the arena employees?
That's good. I think that's good. That's dope. I like Rudy Gobert. I like that he's, philanthropic like that.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert is a good guy. Too bad he coughed on that mic during COVID and everybody blamed him for that, like, for, like, months, like, and freaking the Wolves are... Hopefully the Wolves get better. Like, hopefully that donation will help the Wolves get better because the Wolves are ass right now. Like, and they should not be ass.
$20,000 though? Like, how much each employee got? Like, $100?
Yeah, something like that.
That's dope. Like, that's a good Christmas gift,
Yeah.
That's a good, like, Christmas gift.
Yeah, I think that's, like, good.
I wish more players would do that.
Yes, that's the only thing I really, like, thinking. It's, like, I wish, more players would do that, but at the same time, like...
every player has the ability to just do that.
Like, they should have, like, some kind of, like, Christmas, like... Or, like, holiday party or something. Like, also, like... I feel like freaking... that's an easier way to, like... Because, like, most of the time, like, when, like, at least when we've gone to games, it's, like... When I see the arena workers, like, some of them have, like, a connection to, like, players, but then, like, a lot of them don't. So it's, like, I feel like there's, like... Just, like, giving them their time is, like, a big thing, too. You know what I mean? Like, $100 is, like, cool, and they're, like, thanks for the $100, but it's, like... they would also be like, what if we just got to, like, hang out or whatever? Like, like a party or something where, like, people can just, like, mingle or whatever and just, like,
Yeah, with LeBron?
Or whoever.
Rudy Gobert?
Team. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they probably do have events like that where the employees can, like, interact with the players or, like, have special access or get discounts. Like, I know, like a lot of the Suns employees, like, they just get to see the players a lot because, they're at the arena and, like,
yeah,
they're right there. Like, the players, like, pretty receptive of the employees, like, pretty respectful, like, from what I've known. Like, then you always have, like, the same employees. That's why I used to go to the Suns games, and it's always the same people. Like, you know, that have been working there for years. They're, like, old people working there.
I just hope that it's not like they needed that $100. That's the biggest thing to me. It's like I hope the arena employees didn't need the $100. It was like a nice extra thing, and it's like I hope the Wolves stadium is paying their employees. They're not out here starving. Like, and Rudy's got to front the bill like waiters out here.
I think it was just a nice little gesture. Like, that's how I'd like to see it, because
yeah, me too.
it's like, you know, $100 isn't gonna change anybody's life. Like, but I mean, maybe somebody.
It'll definitely make like Christmas.
It'll make.
It can definitely make
makes
Christmas
a nice gift.
different for like some family, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it's gonna help for sure. Like, everything helps. Like, you never know what situation somebody's in. But just the fact that he, like, even thought about that and did that. Like, a lot of players aren't doing that. Like, for their employees.
Yeah.
Not that they're not giving back, or, you know, a lot of them are giving back in a lot of ways during the holidays, but, you know, just that story in particular is special.
Yeah, good job, Rudy. There you go.
Good job, Rudy.
Rudy.
All right,
well, that was the last topic, basically. Like, we're probably going to shoot another podcast, like, when more interesting topics come up. It's been pretty boring, pretty, like, you know, not too much to, like, there's not, like, anything, like, dramatic going on. It's, like, the most dramatic thing was that, like, was Matt Ishbia buying the Suns, but I'm sure something crazy will happen in the next week, like, where somebody will just do something absolutely crazy to, like, it'll be, like, pretty crazy to, like, go over. Like Anthony Edwards or somebody, it's like one of the usual guys will go out there and like pull a stunt. It's the most likely.
Normal suspects.
But yeah, that's basically the podcast. Like, so you want to sign? You want?
What? Yeah, no, sounds good. That was awesome. We're signing us out.
Good job.